jobs that something like that may bring to the city. Okay, think about how people might feel when they're driving through the city and you live in Avondale, and Avondale now looks and feels a little bit more different. But the big question is, and again, I don't know anyone who's been able to do it successfully, is can you have development without displacement? That's the big question. Can you have development? Can you have development without displacement? Okay, which means that as you're developing parts of Avondale, are the people who currently live there, maybe they're renters, are they going to be transformed into homeowners? Are they going to have a real investment? Or are they going to be priced out where eventually they won't even be able to live there? Can't even live there. You tell me. I've asked people who brought it up, like, well, can you give me any examples of where this has really happened, where you can, have development, and then the people who are living there, maybe renting there, or maybe they were even long-term homeowners, where they actually are able to reinvest in those communities, and nobody gave me any good ideas. Mila writes, I saw a bumper sticker that read, "Gun control is holding your weapon with both your hands." LOL, these people are not giving up their guns. I know that's right. Kirmia writes, Madison are next door to low-income apartment complex in Houston. We all live together. I found it strange, but it helps their tax base. Yeah. But if you're living in a mansion, do you want to live right next door to a low-income apartment complex? I mean, I'm not trying to say anything negative about anybody, but I mean, I'm just keeping it real. Deanna writes, up to Reading, Roseline needs attention. Absolutely. Pamela writes, it should go from Reading Road downtown to the beginning of Reading, Ohio. That whole strip needs life brought back into it. Yeah, right about that. All the way up through Swift and Commons, through Roseline. You're right. Swift and Commons, or whatever they're going to call it, or rebrand it. It needs it desperately. Desperately. I mean, right now there's nothing. There's just a huge hole and a Captain D's. And there's nothing wrong with Captain D's, but it just something don't seem right. Something does not seem right. It's like you got the Community Action Agency over there. You got a big ass hole. There's a church, I believe, and Captain D's. I mean, is that not the loneliest fast food place in Cincinnati? The little lonely ass Captain D's, struggling to stay and maintain. I mean, who's keeping that place afloat? Miller writes, I think Avondale is being priced out. People in the suburbs are tired of driving all the way downtown. I grew up in Avondale. My parents' house was bought and tore down within months. Oh, no. You're right, and you're seeing that all over the country. Okay, at some point it was white flight, and they gave black folks the inner city, hence the term inner city. And many white folks move out to the suburbs. Well, with the new transformations that are going on, you've got a lot of places, a lot of cities like Cincinnati that have been investing their money in their downtown spaces, okay? And what they're trying to do is attract people to live downtown. And they got a lot of creature comforts for you. At the top of the list is your proximity to all the fun. Okay, you got the Red Stadium, you got the Washington Park now, you got all these things happening downtown, okay? So people want to be closer to it. You got a marina that they're going to be working on now at the Cincinnati side. We're going to get a marina. And so you want to be close to it. And I love Avondale. Listen, I would have no problem living in Avondale because I like the placement of it. I mean, it's close enough to everything that I want to get to. And then you've also got, you can get on the interstate highway real quick. You want to get on 75? Boom, it's right there in Mitchell. Angela writes, Reading Road doesn't get nice until you hit Evendale. Definitely needs attention. Absolutely. Reading Road, I mean, God, Reading Road is like, it's like getting no attention at all. None. I'll tell you the other thing that kind of burns me up is that if you look at some of the park benches on Reading Road, not park benches, but some of the buses where people sit for the bus, none of them have or many of them do not have, I'll put it that way, because I'm sure there might be one or two, but many of them do not have like the covering. So like if it's raining or let's say it's snowing or there's some extreme weather and you're waiting for the bus, you can be protected by the elements. What's that all about? What is that all about? And yeah, I'm with you. You know, all the way to Evendale, Reading Road needs to come up, but start on the southern end, like toward the Clifton area, that whole part. I mean, it's amazing because you got the United Way. The United Way is on Reading Road, okay? And if you ever drive past it, it's just like it sticks out. And it sticks out because there's a lot of underdeveloped buildings around that. Remember when there was a shooting in the city of Cincinnati and there was somebody who was like at a gas station and then somebody was firing from across the street and we saw the video and dude actually pulled a weapon out and returned fire, okay? Where that happened is literally 2 blocks south of the United Way of Greater Cincinnati building. Yeah. They got a lot of cash going through that building, a lot of cash. And I just thought it was amazing that with the United Way there, and again, I don't know, maybe they have had an influence, but you would think that there would be more of an influence on helping to develop that entire little area. There's like a 4 or 5 block sort of stretch right there that badly needs a makeover. You've got that, I don't know if it's a gas station, heroin hangout. I think they're selling chicken over there. I think people are working on cars. That's all cool. I mean, that's your business. You can get your bootleg movies over there. Okay. And it's a hot spot. If you ever drive past there, it's a hot spot. And it's kind of placed. It's the kind of gas station where people will not stop there because they're like, you know what? I don't want nothing to jump off. And this is 2 blocks south of the United Way building. Now, right across from the United Way building is the building where, what's the name of that building? These were the folks who, they had a place downtown and they lost their battle with Western and Southern, or maybe they won their battle. And the name of the organization escapes me at a particular time, but essentially they help women get off the streets, get cleaned up. Maybe you were working in a prostitution game or something like that, and they help you get back on your feet. They do great work. Well, they have a facility right across the street there. And what I've noticed is that ever since they started there, like in the summertime, there's a bridge. At the top of that bridge, you got, McMillan? Okay, underneath that, I see a lot of women who are congregating. They're standing and talking. People driving past. I'm like, uh-oh, is somebody got a hot side hustle or what's going on over here? Brent writes, well, first off, this is interesting. James writes, United Way, Urban League, and Community Action Agency all on Reading Road. That's interesting. Technically, the Community Action Agency is on Langdon Farms Road. I mean, that's their mailing address. But you're right. I mean, yeah, basically Reading Road. Very, very interesting. I wonder why that is. Very interesting. Miller writes, have y'all heard of this Bond Hill Roselawn partnership? It's a 40-plus page document that has details on revamping both the neighborhoods. No, I have not. I have not, but I will check into it because if so, I want to see it. Kashana writes, that's a women's shelter. Yes, you're right. Crystal writes, the Anna Louise Inn. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. You're right. How could that escape me? The Anna Louise Inn. Yep, that's what it is. Kashana writes, I think that's the shelter. Yes. The Anna Louise Inn. They were downtown. They were pushed out by Western and Southern. Nobody gave a damn about except for me in the media. Nobody really talked about it because Western and Southern, man, is a very, very powerful entity in the city of Cincinnati. Ms. D writes, the intention of development is displacement. Okay, that's what Ms. D writes. Brent writes, yes, you can have development without displacement. There have been models that have been successful, but over time, greed took precedence, and gentrification creeped in. No incentive for home ownership anymore from a developer's perspective because rentals are in alignment with a mortgage. Okay. Interesting. Dale writes, Northside is like that too. I drove through Northside recently, and they got some new development happening now, and it looks nice. Yes, they do in Northside. I mean, the city's on the come up. It really is. And I'm happy. I love Cincinnati. I do. I love Cincinnati, and I love Cincinnatians. I love real people, and I mean that. I mean that. And I love to see when people are doing well. I love when I'm driving through the neighborhoods and it appears that people are doing well because, again, that's how we win. Our championship, let me end with this morning, our championship has nothing to do with sports franchises. It has nothing to do with this. That is not our championship. Our championship is when we lift up the most insecure families and households in our neighborhoods. When we get to that point, we have won. That is our championship. Okay? The steps to our championship is a lot of steps. Number one is when we deliver on the preschool promise. That's our championship. When we deliver on the preschool promise, that is our championship. When we close the gap, the income gap in our region, that is our championship. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. When we ensure that our local students not only graduate high school, but graduate college, that is our championship. I don't care what they build downtown, although I understand its importance. But the real heart of Cincinnati is in our neighborhoods. It's in our families. That's the real heart of Cincinnati. That's what makes us who we are. Listen, my name is Nathan Ivey. Thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. This show will be made available as a podcast immediately following the end of the show. And shout out to my good friends over at soulpublicradio.com. Check them out. Hey, Kiki, thanks for that. I took a screenshot. I'm going to send it to my friends at Soul Public Radio so they know that the listeners of the Nathan Ivey Show support them as well. Have a great Thursday morning. Have a powerful Thursday morning, okay? Make it powerful. I wish you nothing but the best. I'll be back with you tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. for more superlative flows on people, politics, and pleasure. We'll talk about everything, my friends. I'm going to need your Gilligan of the Week nomination, so prepare for that. And I got a few folks in mind. Have a great day, okay, Cincinnati? Have a great day. This show will be made available at my website, nathanivey.com. And we'll catch you real soon. Matter of fact, we'll be talking real soon as well. Until next time, folks, I'm out.